What if that persistent swelling in your lower legs isn't just an annoying part of getting older, but a loud wake-up call your body has been sending you for years? Working with mature adults on health and longevity, I hear the same phrase almost every single day. I guess my legs are just showing my age. But when we look at the underlying biology, a completely different picture emerges. What we are actually seeing are early, quiet disruptions in blood flow. If you choose to ignore them, they don't just stay the same. They slowly chip away at your stability, joint flexibility, and ultimately, your personal freedom to move. Here is the trickiest part about fluid retention. It rarely begins with sharp pain. It sneaks in. A tight fit around your ankles by 6 p.m., deep lines left by your socks, or a heavy, sluggish feeling before bed. It is incredibly easy to brush off. Until one morning, basic daily tasks, like getting out of a low chair or taking your first steps across the room, suddenly require effort. But here's the real truth. Your body isn't begging for a new prescription. It is begging for circulation. Today, I will guide you through 5 effortless movements designed to reactivate your natural fluid drainage system, clearing out that trapped heaviness before it leads to irreversible changes. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss a customized health protocol designed for your lifestyle. If this video brings you value today, please drop a 1 in the comments. If not, drop a 0 so I know how to improve. You might be surprised to learn that stubborn evening swelling often has nothing to do with your heart, your kidneys, or the amount of salt in your diet. The root cause is frequently much closer to home. Your calf muscles have simply gone dormant. This is a classic pattern in adults over 60, particularly if your daily routine involves more time reading, watching television, or relaxing in a favorite chair. The mechanics are straightforward. Your lower body features a built-in muscular pump. Every time you step or flex, your calves compress the deep veins, fighting gravity to send fluid back toward your heart. When physical activity drops, that pump shuts down, and gravity wins. Fluid pools around your feet. Luckily, restoring this function is incredibly simple. Sit back in a sturdy, uncushioned chair. Plant both feet flat, keeping them aligned with your hips. Slowly press down through the balls of your feet as you raise your heels high into the air. Squeeze your calf muscles at the very top and hold that contraction for 3 seconds. Gently lower your heels back to the floor. Aim for 10 controlled repetitions initially, working your way up to 20 as your muscles adapt. The secret here is deliberate control, not speed. Rushing completely defeats the purpose. Think of it as smoothly pressing water out of a sponge, rather than shaking it around. This tool is incredibly effective right after you've been stationary for an hour or more, whether that's after a movie, a long meal, or a drive. A quick note: if you experience sharp joint discomfort, decrease the height of your movement. And if you are dealing with severe medical conditions, open sores, or advanced vascular issues, always consult your healthcare specialist first. Now, what if we could target an even deeper layer of trapped fluid? Let's move to our second step. If you're ready, comment 1 below. There is a specific sensation many seniors know well but rarely bring up. That morning stiffness where your ankles feel locked, requiring a few moments of stretching just to take a confident step. That tightness isn't just joint wear and tear. It is a clear indicator that stagnant fluid is blocking your local circulation. In my work with mature wellness, I've realized that stubborn puffiness isn't always caused by weak muscles. Frequently, it is due to a locked joint. When an ankle loses its full range of motion, the local tissue acts like a dam, holding back fluid. Simple rotations dismantle that barrier. Sit comfortably, allowing your feet to clear the ground slightly. Lift one leg gently, keeping the entire limb relaxed. Begin tracing slow, wide circles with your big toe. Make the movement as round and smooth as possible. Complete 10 rotations clockwise, pause, and then perform 10 rotations counterclockwise. Dedicate about 3 seconds to every single circle. A bit of clicking or mild restriction is completely normal at the start. You are simply waking up tissues that have been quiet. Switch sides and repeat. Try this before your feet even hit the floor in the morning, or late at night to undo the day's swelling. If you suffer from joint inflammation, make smaller circles. Consistency is your goal here, not athletic perfection. There is another hidden reason why our lower leg muscles shut down, and almost nobody talks about it. It's your footwear, specifically what you wear around the house. As we cross the age of 60, many of us get into the habit of walking around the house in soft slide-ons, flip-flops, or backless slippers. It feels convenient, but from a biomechanical standpoint, it's a disaster for your circulation. When you wear a backless shoe, your toes reflexively grip the sole with every single step just to keep the slipper from falling off. This completely alters your gait. Instead of a full, healthy heel-to-toe stride, you begin to shuffle. And when you shuffle, your calf muscle never fully contracts. The natural pump we discussed at the beginning gets blocked all day long while you move around your home. If you want to keep fluid from settling, choose indoor footwear with a secure back, or walk barefoot on a textured mat. Let your feet move the way nature intended. When your legs begin to feel like they are filled with heavy sand halfway through your afternoon, do not ignore it. That heavy sensation is your vascular system telling you that fluid is pooling in your deep tissues. Most wellness advice looks exclusively at the feet, but your larger thigh muscles are actually the powerhouse of lower body circulation. The massive veins running through your upper legs need muscle engagement to efficiently transport blood upward. The chair march is the perfect remedy for long hours of sitting. Sit up tall with your feet flat on the ground, keeping your hands on the armrests for support. Lift your right knee upward toward your chest in a smooth, deliberate motion. Only go as high as feels comfortable. Pause at the peak for a full second, then place it back down under control. Mirror the movement with your left leg. Continue alternating sides in a rhythmic, steady cadence. Begin with a 30-second set and build up to a full minute. This activates the heavy machinery of your circulatory system. If you notice one side feels weaker, this pattern will help rebalance your strength over time. Just ensure your chair is stable, and if you have a history of hip or joint, by the time the sun goes down, gravity has spent hours pulling fluid downward into your ankles. The longer you sit or stand upright, the harder your veins have to work to pump that volume back up. The elevated wall rest turns that dynamic completely on its head, letting gravity drain the fluid naturally, without a single ounce of muscular strain. Find a comfortable spot on the floor near a wall or headboard. Pivot onto your back while swinging your legs up so they rest vertically against the wall. Scoot your hips as close to the wall as comfortable, letting your upper body completely relax. Rest your arms loosely at your sides and simply breathe deeply for 5 to 10 minutes. Within moments, you will feel the physical pressure leaving your lower joints, replaced by a deep sense of lightness. If the floor is too difficult to access, you can easily replicate this on your bed by propping your legs up on the headboard or using a tall stack of firm pillows to get your ankles above heart level. Replacements. Check in with your provider before practicing. It is often the smallest internal motions that keep our bodies functional, and they are usually the first ones we stop doing as we age. One common factor in mature wellness is the loss of movement in the feet themselves. Even if someone still walks regularly, the delicate flexing of the toes and midfoot often diminishes. Without those micro-movements, fluid pools in the lowest points of the body. This simple routine wakes up those forgotten pathways. Extend your legs straight out while sitting or lying down. Point your toes forward as far as possible, stretching the top of your foot. Hold for 2 seconds. Slowly pull your toes back toward your shins, pushing your heels away from you to stretch your calves. Hold for another 2 seconds. Cycle through this smoothly 15 to 20 times. Avoid jerky movements. Think of it as rhythmically guiding fluid through the small vessels of your feet. This practice also prevents midnight muscle cramps and sharpens your balance. What happens when you weave these 5 subtle habits into a unified daily routine? You step past the turning point that most seniors completely miss. Aging isn't a sudden drop-off. It is a slow series of physical signals that we choose to tune out. Swollen ankles and heavy legs aren't just minor annoyances. They are direct messages from your vascular system. If you choose to do nothing, that temporary evening puffiness can become your permanent baseline over the next 12 to 24 months. Your footwear will feel tighter, your stamina will decrease, and your balance will feel less secure. Within 3 to 5 years, chronic stagnation can lead to skin changes, deep-seated stiffness, and a noticeable loss of daily independence. These 5 movements are about reclaiming your physical awareness. They represent an active decision to protect your mobility, walk without fear, and maintain your independence. Your body retains its incredible ability to adapt at any age, but it only answers to what you do every day, not once in a while. The question isn't whether your swelling can be managed. The question is whether you are ready to listen to your body's signals before they turn into permanent physical limitations. And finally, there is one crucial misconception I absolutely have to address. When people notice their ankles starting to swell, they almost always make the same dangerous mistake. They stop drinking water. The logic seems simple. There is already too much fluid trapped in my legs. Why should I add more? But our biology works in the exact opposite way. When you restrict your clean water intake, your body perceives it as a drought. It goes into survival mode and begins to desperately hold on to every single drop of moisture it has left. This makes the fluid between your cells thick and stagnant, which actually causes your swelling to get worse. To flush out stagnant fluid, your system requires fresh resources. Clean, room temperature water is your body's best natural drainage tool. Of course, if you have severe heart or kidney conditions, you should always manage your fluid intake with a healthcare provider. But for most mature adults, chronic dehydration is the exact trigger that keeps their legs feeling heavy and tight. Sip water evenly throughout the day and give your body the tools it needs to restore balance. My goal is to give you the tools to live your life with absolute vitality. Now, I want to hear from you. Take a second to drop a comment below sharing one specific movement from this video that you plan to try today. If this video helped you, please leave a comment with a 1. If not, leave a 0, so I can continue to refine my content for you. Don't forget to like, share this with a loved one, and subscribe for more evidence-based wellness protocols. Thank you for your time, and here is to staying strong, active, and independent.